Hey, Boy Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report, and it's the news we've all been waiting for. Robert Williams will make his debut on Friday versus the Magic. This is sort of the new date we all targeted after he went on the West Coast trip, didn't play. Conditioning apparently became the issue after he got cleared to return on that trip. But the last practice that they had in San Francisco looked like he didn't quite have his feet under him. I know The Athletic wrote about him having trouble catching his breath in certain scrimmages, but he was ready to go. I'm sure that ramp-up process is going to be just starting for Rob in this game. As far as I know, the plan is to bring him off the bench, which makes sense if he's under a minute limitation. It makes sense to see, 10, 15 minutes from him in this game. I'm sure Luke Cornett will continue to help spell him, but getting him back on the floor, giving him the chance to play minutes and start to get back to being himself is important, especially since I think he's beaten some of our expectations. I know Woj signaled before Christmas. We're now 9 days from Christmas, a number of games between the Magic mini-series here, the Pacers coming up, and that Milwaukee game on Christmas. So this is huge news for the Celtics that he gets back in exactly 12 weeks is the 12-week anniversary of his surgery. But what does he look like? That's the next step that we're going to see here. I went to the main Celtics game tonight and talked to Mfiondu Kabengele, who was out in LA during some recent scrimmages that Rob was playing in. Here's what he had to say about how his teammate is looking.
And he feels like he's close. Have you kind of seen him in shoot around practice out there?
Yeah, when I was in LA, he was playing some 5-on-5 with the coaches. He was moving well. I don't know the time skip table, but just off eye test, he looked like he's moving really well. He seemed strong. He seemed confident in his movements, which is the main thing. Once you have confidence in that, the game, the feel will come and touch and stuff like that. So I was impressed with how he looked, especially when I saw him in the beginning of training camp and how he transitioned now.
So positive assessment from Mfiondu there, looking confident, has his feet under him, but how does he respond to extended minutes? Does he look as explosive as he did the last time we saw him? These are going to be the things that we're all looking for from Rob before he starts to think about what he could potentially do to impact this defense, maybe get back into the starting lineup eventually. Al Horford is expected to make his return from his COVID protocol and personal leave with the birth of his child as well. So a fully loaded Celtics team, aside from Danilo Gallinari, looks like he'll be taking the court on Friday against the Magic. Rob's officially listed as questionable, but Shams Charania, Adrian Wojnarowski both reporting that he is expected to play in this game. So we'll have more from shoot-around tomorrow morning, where I'm sure we'll see and potentially hear from Rob ahead of a huge day for him, 12 weeks from his cleanup surgery to repair the knee that he had meniscus surgery on in March. Once again, clean it out, deal with a small tear. Looks like Rob is going to be back on the court for the Celtics. Huge news for a team that already started this season 22-7. Of course, we're brought to you by athleticgreens.com. Head over there to athleticgreens.com/garden. Get a year's supply of vitamin D, as well as 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Also, some cool gear over there when you make a purchase as well. Great reviews. Go check them out. Vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, probiotics, and more in their great powder. Calm.com. Go over there for 40% off a premium subscription, sleep sounds, meditation, yoga, and more. Great gift this holiday season. Calm.com/garden to support us and our new sponsor, Rocket Money. RocketMoney.com is going to save you potentially hundreds. I know you at least got some money tied up in subscriptions that you don't use. They're going to let you know what you have, what you can get rid of, and what potentially you could save on if you do threaten to cancel. I think that's an underrated use of this app here. So that's rocketmoney.com/garden to download the app and let them know we sent you. rocketmoney.com/garden. Once again, Robert Williams expected to return versus the Magic to be in this mini series on Friday. Celtics back home after a 4-2 homestand. Of course, check out some of our coverage of the main Celtics. Was able to go down and see some prospects. Thinking Rob might have made an appearance here, but makes sense. He didn't come up because he's playing in Boston tomorrow. Big news ahead of Celtics Magic on Friday, and which should be a fun night at TD Garden. For Celtics All Access, CLNS Media, I am Bobby Manning.